Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining me. And I apologize for being gone for so many days. Um, I missed all of you. I had to take a few days to take care of my wife and my kids who had this terrible, 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 terrible cold. And yeah, it wiped us all out. And, you know, um, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get on to make a live post, and I wanted to do that. Just didn't fit in with everything going on, trying to take care of everybody, including myself, because self care is important. But I wanted to come on today to touch base with everybody and just thank you all for continuing to watch. Thank you for all watching. For those of you that comment, that like, that share, I appreciate you. Please like, subscribe the video. I appreciate all of you that do it. And I appreciate all of you that follow along. So today is February the 5th, believe it or not, already. And today's discussion in the 24-hour-a-day book is all about taking a long view of our choices and decisions. So it says, take a long view of drinking instead of the short view. In my case, it's not just alcohol, it's drugs and alcohol. So I have to take a good, long, hard look at where my addiction leads me to. And I had this conversation actually with someone the other day who needed some encouragement, and I was happy to give it to that person. And all the people that I talk to will remain anonymous. So it reminded me, though, of how short-sighted I was in the beginning of my recovery and what that kind of looked like for me. And now what I can tell you about that is that we want instant gratification. We want it right now, today, no work put in. That's what I want. That's what I want for me today. That's what I want moving forward. I don't want to put any effort in. I don't want to put any work in, but I want to get all of the rewards. That's me. That's who I am. And I think that is part of addiction for me, anyway. That I don't always see the consequences of my choices. I don't always see kind of what I'm doing in the moment, or think of the consequences of my actions or my choices at the time. But as I practiced recovery tools and the tools necessary to kind of slow that process down, and what that looks like for me on a regular basis, is kind of taking a step back, doing some journaling, reflecting on the decisions I have to make, writing out what the consequences would be, like doing a what if list. What if I did decide to do this? What if I did decide to do that? And if you're anything like I am, I'm an extremist. I like to go to the super extremes on either end, worst case scenario, best case scenario. And then I play it out. What if I did this? And I'll go down the worst case scenario side of things, where I'll end up in the really, really bad spot. And then I'll go down the other side where I'll end up in a really good spot. What I get from that kind of process and that kind of tool, because it is a tool. It's a tool that I use on a regular basis in order to see how unrational my thoughts are and unrational my thinking is still today. And that's kind of reflecting back on the last week, and thinking that I could come and do a live video and try to manage everything with the sickness and sick kids and sick wife and all of the other things that I've got going on, and not finding a balance. And I still have troubles finding that balance. I thank Jesus Christ for giving me the strength and the courage to push through and come back here today and to find a balance, to look at the long view, not see what's right in front of me, but to look down the tunnel and see the light at the end of the tunnel, to really see what instant gratification will get me is destruction, is back into a relapse, is doing my own thing, is not relying on Jesus, is not submitting myself to a recovery program, is not keeping myself accountable. It's doing the exact opposite of those things. It's being selfish, it's being self-centered, it's being prideful, it's being all of the things that my addiction and my enemy wants me to be. And I want to try to encourage everybody out there. I see a lot of people being super advocates for mental health and awareness, and really making addiction and mental health something that's a popular topic to talk about. And I appreciate all of you that are putting the hard work and effort out in there. I can relate to all of you that have a great story, that have a story of success, that have turned that hard, difficult moment in addiction into a success story of recovery, and sharing your story of success. And it's so nice to see. And community is what's important. Having a recovery support system around you is important. Relying on that support system is important. And making sure that you have a team of support around you, so that you're not doing this on your own. Don't do it on your own. You can't. It's not something you can do on your own. This is not a me program. This is a you and I program. This is a work together program. This is, I can't do this on my own, I need somebody's help program. That's where we're at when we're stuck in our habits, our hurts, our hang-ups, and when we're ready to come to recovery and give up and give in and submit to a simple program. We've lived a life of instant gratification. We've made all the mistakes of instant gratification. We've taken that and used it and used it and used it. And now we're at a point where our life has become unmanageable, that we are powerless over our hurt, our habit, our hang-up, our addiction. However it affects you in your life today. And it looks different for everybody. That I definitely know. The answer is a 12-step program, along with a faith and belief in Jesus Christ. And I know how hard it can be to start this journey. I know how difficult the decision can be to start somewhere, to the things you have going through your mind that are overwhelming you. Again, I'm just reflecting on a conversation I had with someone yesterday. And they were so overwhelmed with all of the things they felt that they had to do in order to make things right. And I remember being in that position. I remember wanting the instant gratification. I remember not wanting to put any of the work in for the recovery that I wanted, the life that I wanted to live. I didn't want to put any effort into that. I wanted it right away. I just wanted things to be fixed, to go away. But as I did the work, I learned that that's not how it works. That's not how it comes to you. It comes to you a little bit by little bit by little bit, by putting in the effort, by putting in the work, by looking at the long-term perspective, at the long game, not the instant gratification. And I just want to encourage everybody out there that watches the video, that subscribes to my channel, that comes each day for their motivation, for their inspiration, that no matter where you're at today, you can turn it around. You can turn your instant gratification into long-term gains by continuing to have hope, by continuing to have faith, by continuing to rely on Jesus Christ, by continuing to work a 12-step program for whatever you're going through, for whatever hurt, habit, hang-up, addiction, trauma, whatever you're going through. There is another way. There is a better way. And you can do it through recovery. You can do it through community. You can do it in a partnership with the support system that you need. There are links in the description of this video to lead you to a recovery community called Firebrand Recovery, and other links for resources that you can use. Please check them out. I encourage you all to do that. But I love you all, and I will see you on the next video. And I'm going to try again to continue to come back every second day now that my family is back up in health. Thank you, Jesus, for that he's restored my family to health, that it wasn't through me, it was through him. And my debt of gratitude will go out in service to you, the people that are watching today, that I'll continue to give and to pour out in love for you, because I know there's somebody like me out there watching. So thank you for tuning in.